All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Canada Cup Season 6. We're here in the lower bracket with Not Today versus Infamous game number 2. Infamous up 1-0, and this could be it if they take another win here. Game 1, only 21 minutes, very convincing, and we'll see what they've got cooked up here in this draft. I'm Zyori, joined again by Purge, as well as Motpax here on Stats. Thank you so much for joining us here for Canada Cup Season 6. Purge, what are you thinking here coming into game number 2?
It's cool to see the way that Not Today is changing this up. Infamous led with a Dazzle in the early game. It's a very, very solid early laning hero. Gives you advantage with Grave. They've got the counter. It's Ancient Apparition. So all they're going to really need is a setup stun, and somebody on Infamous is going to die. Especially with Sunstrike being in the game. But they need that setup. If they don't have the setup, it's going to be very hard.
Well, they definitely look for something different on both sides of the coin. Nature's Prophet, the second pick for Infamous. Interesting change of pace given that he was just completely ignored in game number 1, not picked or banned.
I just feel like NP is a situational pick depending on how people want to deal with things. And I think I would guess that this is a reaction to seeing an Invoker pick. Invoker doesn't often have a lot of tangos in the laning stage. He usually relies more on his quas. So I think a Sprout gank against him is more likely to work than it will against a lot of other heroes in the mid lane.
Oh.
So based on the way Infamous plays, as soon as I see the NP, I'm like, they're going to play this by teleporting to lane and fighting people and right-clicking them. And I think that's how we're going to see this Nature's Prophet played. He's also good at punishing an Ancient Apparition as well if he gets ahead, because AA doesn't have very much survivability. So Sprout, attack him a couple times, have somebody else show up. That could be another way to score kills.
Yeah. Yeah, Not Today have a lot of options with this draft. They've already got a pretty nice and a global setup at some point. You know, they could look for a Spectre carry if they want to go that route. Seeing Invoker Ancient Apparition makes me think of Faceless Void right away. I'm not sure how likely that is to see like an off-lane Void here, but that is some pretty nasty setup for the Chronosphere if they could pull it off.
That could be really good, yeah. Only problem is that the cooldown is very, very long, and some teams do have to play around that to be effective. Earth Spirit's going to be the pick, though, for Not Today. Let's see if this counters anything particularly. I guess Silence against Dazzle is obviously very good. You can Boulder Smash, Nature's Prophet. You're a very good catch against NP, basically, if you're chasing after him. Sprout does very little to you. Ember Spirit's picked in response.
Spirit on Spirit.
I feel like that's not terrible for Earth Spirit. He's got a stun, he has a silence, he has ways that he can kind of deal with Ember Spirit. If Flame Guard is up, I guess Earth Spirit's not amazing versus Ember, but at the very least, in the very laning stage, Earth Spirit's going to be a pain in the butt for Ember Spirit to deal with. Because he usually shows up with a Orb of Venom, and he just does a Rolling Boulder and right-clicks the heck out of the enemy hero. So, might lead to some Ember pressure or deaths.
Yeah, Ember should be able, if he ends up going mid with that Nature's Prophet support, there is definitely some serious kill potential against that Invoker with Sprout and Searing Chains. Just the damage from Flame Guard and all that.
Yeah. Might be scary to deal with. Also, the Earth Spirit ulti is going to be pretty nice to dealing with Dazzle Grave. If you have a little bit of damage over time going on. Like, just imagine Magnetize plus Ancient Apparition ulti. Like, there's no way to reduce the damage from coming in, and it's going to keep ticking down if you just keep putting stones on somebody. So Earth Spirit ulti I see being very synergistic and useful this game, especially against all the Prophet summons as well.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll clear out the creeps pretty easily.
Yeah. One other little synergy we didn't talk about, but Dazzle and Nature's Prophet, the heal bomb on the Treants, cute, but can definitely be effective in the laning phase. We'll see Bat Rider picked up once again. This time it'll be Not Today that gets to play the Bat. So their lineup starting to come together a little bit here. A lot of damage they can put into the lasso target, so that's definitely good.
Yeah. It's a bit weird to pick Bat Rider into an Ember Spirit, though, since he is already on fire. So,
yeah,
like last game, picking the Lina would have been the right choice.
That's true. Fire on fire. Oh, the puck. All right, this was the 5th ban from Infamous in the last game, so they'll play it for themselves this go around.
I like this.
So safe lane Ember, I guess, more likely.
Basically no way that Puck will die to Ancient Apparition, so I feel like if Puck gets ahead, he's just going to punish the hell out of that weak support. And the fact that AA just can't defend himself very well, you have to worry about getting punished by enemies. So, and Puck's also good against Bat Rider. You can ulti him, which prevents him from leaving. You can silence, you can initiate on that. You can just generally nuke him. I feel like Puck is a good solution towards a bunch of heroes that don't have that many stuns. Now, Earth Spirit can silence Puck if he's fast enough. It's definitely a possibility, so Puck will have to worry about that. But the other things, I think Puck could potentially have a really good game in Snowball.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And they could even... No, never mind. I'm not even going to say. I was thinking they could even safe lane the puck like they did the Bat Rider last game and kind of do that rotation, but I don't really see why they need to. I think puck could do just fine in the mid lane here.
Reserve time.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay. He could just phase shift Earth Spirit's Boulder. There's like a lot of cool ways. If he gets really caught, all he has to do is use an orb to escape. Cold Snap is scary, but again, you get orb off, you immediately phase shift, you wait 0.75 seconds, and you're pretty much safe at that stage. So the puck was a nice pick. I think it was banned last game as well. I think that was by... well, Infamous is playing Radiant both times this game.
Yes.
Both times this year, surprisingly. So I guess they just alternated pick and stuck on the same side.
Yeah. I guess so. I honestly, I wasn't paying close attention to the flip. But they definitely favor Radiant, that's for sure. Final ban Venge from Not Today. And Infamous thinking about their final ban here. They ban out the Tiny. Interesting.
Dire team pick.
Good burst damage, I guess. Can deal with... I think Tiny's pretty good against puck mid is the thought there.
Okay.
That you just do an avalanche into a toss back kind of a thing, especially if you can do it while he's orbing. You can prevent him from orbing in some cases. They pick up a Slark, though. Slark is decent versus Ember Spirit. You output a lot of magic damage with Dark Pact, so you can remove his Flame Guard very rapidly. The Searing Chains doesn't work because you can purge it off with Dark Pact. Slark versus Puck is pretty darn good as well. Puck's damage is good, but not amazing, so Slark can very often survive through it. I think the Slark pick's pretty good. If he gets a Shadow Blade and he gets a little bit of pressure on the map, he can really scare heroes like Dazzler NP. I don't see him getting the kills, but he can definitely put the pressure there. I guess with an Ice Blast, he can kill all of them, is the thing.
Yeah.
So I kind of like Slark. He can get up in front, he can be aggressive, he can be the catalyst that allows AA to potentially get kills, and that might just lead to some good stuff. But they don't have very good Ice Blast setups. That's the one thing that I don't like about their lineup right now. The only thing that really works out nicely is maybe Yule's or Bat Rider ult. So
yeah, we'll
see how it works out for Not Today. I think it's an okay pick. Infamous also has a very weird draft, but can't wait to see how they fit together.
Yeah, I definitely like the idea of grabbing Slark against the Nature's Prophet, potential offlaner in this setup. Not much the NP can really do to stop the Slark from farming. So in that regard, he should at least be able to get a timely Blink Dagger or Shadow Blade and start hunting around. So interesting last pick. Now for Infamous, only about 5 seconds left here, and presumably they need their
Roman
next support. Yeah. Venge would have been perfect, but they take Lion, so big burst damage and some control.
Lion's really good against Slark. Not amazing, obviously, but if you initiate first, he's amazing against Slark. It's all about timing when his death back comes out. You jump in, you hex him, and then you stun him, and then you ulti him. In a lot of cases, Lion is just the best support against Slark. Tons of disables, no chance for him to Dark Pack or ulti, and tons of damage. It's exactly what you need to deal with Slark, so I like the pick a lot.
Big damage, and also set up for the Puck or Ember Spirit to close the gap and do any kind of follow-up damage they need. Again, I kind of like this Infamous draft a little bit more. I think it just feels a little more well-rounded and slightly easier to execute. You mentioned the setup for Not Today, and if they can land all of their ultimates in team fights, then they might have the damage advantage, but that's just going to be difficult. That's
Yeah. The only thing that I don't like about the Infamous draft is it doesn't have a very good roaming support that they normally play with. And that's going to limit them in their typical playstyle. And they swap the roles as well. As Etox playing a Dazzle. You can do some early pressure with Dazzle. It's not terrible. And I would say against an Invoker, it's okay. Because Invoker's armor just got a little bit of a nerf. So his armor is a little bit worse. Actually, it's quite bad. He's got 1 armor right now. So not amazing armor on Invoker. So Dazzle can actually pressure him decently. Who is their other mid hero? The Puck probably. Could be Puck Dazzle. That sounds okay to pressure Invoker. They, again, are going to have to deal with an Ember Spirit or an Earth Spirit, but I think they can handle that. Like you said, it is easier to execute their draft due to them having more stuns. At least that's one reason why. But I could see Not Today potentially outplaying them as well due to their lacking in roam potential.
Yeah.
If their roam doesn't go amazing, it's just going to be a Dazzle, right? And hopefully for them, Lion is going to be accelerated at that stage and can transition into ganking.
Yeah, if Lion is able to get a Blink Dagger to good timing here, I feel like he could have a big presence in the mid game for sure.
Yeah, I agree. It could be at least as strong as what Bat Rider provides in terms of a Blink gank. So
yeah, you know, it's kind of interesting when you mouse over the tooltip for Invoker. It says he has 0 armor, but if the tooltip says 1.0, like obviously they have it's not integers, so they get rounded. But I wonder why Invokers gets rounded to 0. That's really odd.
I'm gonna guess that it's just because of the pause, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Or if it's really, really close to 1, like less than, like it's clear that they don't do more than 2 digits of armor.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like 9.98, or like
0.98 or something.
0.99.
Yeah.
Or something. That way it just rounds to 1, but doesn't actually show us 1.
Stays at 0. Huh. Interesting.
Probably just a rounding thing.
Yeah.
Well, that agility nerf was actually pretty big. Yeah, he's got an Ironwood branch on that pushes him over, so he was very, very close to having 1 armor.
Yeah.
So goes for Blade of Attack, 2 Fairy Fires, and the Double Tango. This is reminiscent of a Quas Invoker. And keep in mind, DDX is normally their offlane player, but historically he has an amazing Invoker. In Dota 1, he had one of the best Invokers, to my knowledge, and he was playing that on very high ping, so he's going to be playing mid for them this game.
We'll see how he fares. Lane setup for Not Today will be fairly straightforward here, just that classic offlane Bat Rider, and then of course Slark farming here in the safe lane. So we'll see how the Bat does. Probably see one of the supports just work on stack so he can get that Blink Dagger nice and fast if he gets pressured hard in lane. For Infamous, yeah, they should have pretty predictable lanes as well with the puck going mid, offlane Nature's Prophet, and then Grady to farm in the safe lane on the Ember Spirit.
30 seconds to battle.
Damn, Ember Spirit dropping some win rate here. I don't think he got very many nerfs. I believe the Fire Remnant Vision was one of them, but I don't think that's the reason that his win rates gone so low. I think it's just based on, a lot of Dota trends comes down to what heroes become out of fashion just because of the other popular picks. So things like Faceless Void, for example, hard disable, decent damage, can set up and pressure Ember Spirit a lot. Invoker getting commonly played mid means that, or Ember Spirit is a little bit scary to play mid. So there's a lot of things like that that really affect Ember Spirit's win rate overall. It's not necessarily the most recent nerfs, it could just be a lot of other factors like that.
Yeah, Goody here, getting a little aggressive as we get close to the creep spawn, blocks out the pole camp with a Observer Ward. He did do it in front of them, maybe scouting here that the Lion doesn't have any sentries, instead going boots first, so it'll stay alive for at least 1 block, if not 2, depending on when they decide to buy sentries.
Kind of interesting to go boots first on Lion, but when you're zoning a Bat Rider, usually you need more than 1 hero. But with Lion, with boots first and his high base damage, I think he can actually do it. But I like what Goody's doing here. He's breaking vision, he's hiding in trees. He does have Firefly up again, so
top.
he's not that worried.
Little skirmish breaking out. Oh, big heal bomb from the Dazzle. Goes right in onto the Slark, and that secures the first blood. Jerry dove into the tower. He will get a kill out of this, but Dazzle might be able to just clean it up. He's going to have another heal coming up in a few seconds here. Nature's Prophet blocks him out. The heal bomb does minimal damage, but it blocks him in. Boulder forward. Z-Talk gets another one. Wow.
I can't believe that boulder hit him. That was insane. And he's got boots up now. The Dazzle, Nature's Prophet, aggressive dual lane. Very weird stuff, but it works out great if they get close to your creeps.
And that was all Not Today being the aggressors there, too. They were trying to set up the first blood. It looked like Jerry misplayed a little bit with that boulder past the tower, but one thing is for sure, Slark was not ready for that heal bomb on the creeps.
Oh
and again, the Ancient Apparition, the heal bomb from Z-Talk. Are they going to be able to hit the Slark as well? He's got 1 point in pounce, but they're doing big damage to him. He doesn't have a single creep kill yet. My God, this offlane is incredible.
They're playing so well. What a cool little combo. Just run the Treants, and when they get close enough, boom. Hit him for like 160 physical damage. Right now it hits for 200 on 2, and it gets up to 5 heal targets. So really good way to start off their lane.
Yeah. And the other lanes are all going very well here, Purge. You look at the mid, it is big time puck dominated 10-2 versus the 3-0 Invoker. And down bottom, you would expect the Bat Rider not to get too much out of this lane. And it looks like it's just the neutral camp that he's stacked up here and as he leeches a little bit. But basically all of the lanes here for Not Today in a little bit of trouble.
Not a huge surprise considering how the last game went, but man.
I feel like this mid matchup is the most surprising though. Like the Dazzle, Nature's Prophet is perhaps a little bit cheesy, but you see how it works, and they're just eating that damage as Slark actually gets hit by another heal bomb and has to pounce defensively. But should this mid matchup be so one-sided? I mean, Puck is still just completely taking over.
It definitely shouldn't, but Puck does have the nice availability of having a nuke that you can use for AoE.
Goody gets caught by Searing Chains down bottom. That's going to be another kill for Infamous. Sorry.
Huh. Line level 2 here picks up mana drain. Another really good way to zone a lot of offlaners. You just drain their mana and they leave because they're like, wait, I actually need that. Stop.
Yeah. So, yeah, back about this mid matchup, though, the Puck Invoker. I think you said Puck has a really nice something, and then I interrupted you.
he has a nuke. You know, that's one big advantage that you have over Invoker. Plus, if he cold snaps you, you can just kind of jump away using Illusory Orb. But I don't think it should be this bad. This is a pretty one-sided CS so far. 18-7. There's no way it should be that one-sided.
Yeah, I mean, he's even had Forge Spirits as well for some additional damage and his last hitting power. You see him even losing the harassment war. This is all Puck. He's level 5. Oof.
I wonder if he's tilted from the last game, perhaps. I'm not sure, but he didn't play very well last game. Good, he didn't. His skill build is a bit weird. I've lost a little faith in him based on that game, and right now he's getting kind of stomped mid. But that may be part of the issue. Like, if you don't play mid all the time, playing mid against somebody that does play all the time becomes hard.
Yeah, that's true. It's a very different experience. Oh, up top, Z-Talk has a ward down, so he sees exactly what's going on. This is Radiant Vision. He saw the AA. They wanted to set something up, but man.
Now, one thing about the Invoker here is he did go Quaswex, though. So that can definitely make a big impact on whether or not you get more last hits. He had Exort at the start. Oh, he might actually get the Puck.
Yeah, Puck going for the rune, but Earth Spirit's already grabbed it. Now auto attacks coming in from the Invoker. Jerry just slapping him down. Puck eats a Fairy Fire, tries to orb across. He will jaunt back to safety. Man. Pops the salve as well. He should be good. Now Nature's Prophet teleport in. There's the Sprout. DDX in trouble. They should be able to turn this around. Fairy Fire, not enough. Ancient, or the Nature's Prophet gets credit for the kill. Meanwhile, up top, Ancient Apparition putting pressure onto Z-Talk. But Fairy Fire again. But from downtown, there's a Remnant on the way, and that'll set up the kill for Slark.
All right, so they get a couple kills. Like, really nice play by Puck there. He was holding the Tornado because he knew he was just going to phase shift it. And he waited until the orb, and he phase shifted last moment. And he waited till the last possible moment for the phase shift, or for the orb, and he jumped instead of going south. So a little
Goody gets caught again down bottom. Fire on fire. The Bat Rider's the one that burns. Another kill up for Greedy. Lion just wrapped around the back, hit him with a stun, and that was it.
Oh my god, that tower hit him so many times. That was incredible.
Yeah.
Level 4 on Lion, very, very good position to be in here.
I mean, we were talking about Lion getting a fast blink dagger. He has 1,000 gold on his brown boots, so
that's amazing.
If he just pulls for the blink, this could be an amazing timing. He's ahead of the Bat Rider right now by a lot.
Oh, it's a pretty good sign. He's going to continue pulling. He's going to be pulling south on this one. And he's got a 10 stick, so he's not even lacking survivability. He just has to hang out by the Bat Rider and he gets healed. Dive top.
Yeah, up top. They were trying to set up the heal bomb onto Slark. They had him surrounded, but Dazzle wasn't quite in position. Now, TP rotation. We'll put some pressure onto the Nature's Prophet. Dazzle's still nearby here. They're trying to group up for yet another heal bomb. They can't do the damage, but it does buy him a little bit of time. Slark getting a little bit low. Now Grave onto the Nature's Prophet. A little premature, but now Slark is out of the fight. They're doing a lot of damage to this Ancient Apparition, and simply put, Infamous are just winning this right-click war. They get the vision. It's Nature's Prophet that finds that one last auto attack. Jerry, only level 3 here, limited on his utility, forced to back up. Now they want to reinitiate. They kick a Remnant through. Actually gets the stun onto the Dazzle. They jump forward onto Nature's Prophet, but this damage just so low. DDX rotating over the sustain from Dazzle. It's a level 3 heal, and it's really showing. DDX gets off the EMP. It's not enough for the kill on X. He gets the kill first. DDX doesn't even get experience. Oh, God. That hurts so much. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Bat Riders gets another death as Greedy dives, and he's going to get 2 kills here. He goes in onto Glacius. Hex as well from Excel. Nothing the AA can do, and he will melt under the fiery Ember Spirit. They're just falling apart here, Purge. Looks like they got a kill on the Earth Spirit up top. Every lane erupting with not today bodies.
These guys just have the ability to look like the best Dota players ever in some of their games. Like, they just pressure so hard that it makes your opponents look stupid. Like, they just completely outplay them left and right, and it tilts them as well, and then they have to play from behind. They're just right-clicking like crazy. Nature's Prophet buys treads, and he's just right-clicking people. Yeah. And that's where they're getting the large brunt of their damage from.
I mean, this is just unreal. Look at that net worth chart, and they have actually won every single lane. 7,500 net worth lead at 7 minutes.
That's 2 times gold advantage, by the way.
Yeah. You pull up this this item tab, and there's a disparity there for sure. Looks like Tier 1 tower up top, down to about half health, and they might just let it fall. Uncontested. Not today. It's just rotated into the jungle. Slark and Invoker just side-by-side parallel jungling, trying to find any farm that they can.
That's a really bad sign for them here. Man, the armor making a difference in that fight, though. You know, if he had a little bit more on Invoker, he might have been able to win that trade against Nature's Prophet, but there's just too much advantage going there. I don't think he's going to defend it. Can he last hit is the question?
Ooh,
Nice, great
nice deny.
top
Okay.
tower has been denied.
Well, that's something. A little morale boost at the very least here for Not Today. They need anything that they can get at this point. I mean, Puck has just gone for a Midas because why not? He's got it at 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, sells
Oh,
it back
he
and
sells
buys
it.
a Blink Dagger. All right.
Seaman's probably like, what the hell are you doing? We need that blink.
Yeah.
I mean, if he gets a blink dagger, he just stomps the Slark, basically. So I really agree that
Yeah.
as much as it'd be great to have a Midas this game at 8 minutes on Puck, just a little bit safer to go for the blink dagger and basically just ruin AA's life.
Yeah.
Like,
And
he
they
can
just don't need it. I
easily
mean,
solo kill.
they're so far ahead, the Blink makes this so easy for him. You look at the levels as well. It is actually all 5 of the Radiant on top and all 5 of the Dire on bottom for the hero level chart. I don't know if I've ever actually seen that.
That's incredible. Net worth is almost the same as well. Dazzle's only about 200 away from where Invoker is right now.
Oh, God. And it could change down bottom. We see some pings coming out. Greedy has an invisibility rune on, trying to get a little intel for the team. Sees Glacius. I think he knows the Bat Rider's nearby, but doesn't have a lot of support. It's just the Lion here. Excel is level 6, though. He's got a Finger of Death. Wow, he just obliterates Glacius. Finger destroys the Bat Rider.
Get stunned here.
And maybe this duo can do it. The teleport comes in from the Nature's Prophet, as does DDX, but Fire Remnant away. Greedy will live for now. Cold Snap, auto attack. Eats a Fairy Fire. The last auto attack isn't enough damage. 30 HP. The stun from Lion will keep Ember Spirit alive. Now DDX trying to run through his own tower. And he'll get body blocked here by the Tree Ents, but should be able to make it back. Uh-oh, on the backside, it's a Puck! A wild Puck appears, an awkward jaunt, but catches Jerry with the Dream Coil. A few more auto attacks should finish off the Earth Spirit here. Yep, there you go. Easy kill for the Puck, and DDX will get off the Ghost Walk. So he will survive for now, but the Tier 1 tower down bottom won't be so lucky as it does get turned to rubble.
Look at these 3 stone remnants just sitting all together here by the Tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
Just bad sign.
Yeah.
He's actually out of stone remnants now. He actually used all of them in that fight. He's level 4. He's not even close to his ultimate. Like, how do they even fight against Infamous now? Infamous has plenty of ultimates. They're a couple levels past their ultimates on all of their heroes, and Not Today doesn't have their ultimates on 3 of their heroes yet.
Yeah, this is completely unreal. Lion has the Blink Dagger now. Dazzle has Arcane. So they can just 5-man. At this point, they've got plenty of sustain with both mana and health, plenty of AoE damage to clear out the creeps, and of course, Not Today. They're out of tools to deal with this. Bat Rider's still not level 6. He doesn't even have a lasso. He just puts fire on the ground. He's dead. DDX comes in with an EMP. Ice Blast does fly through. Connects on 2. They'll get a kill on the Nature's Prophet. That's something, but now Greedy, diving the base, just burning down DDX with the Flame Guard. Connects with Searing Chains, finds an easy kill. Taking tower shots, but he'll just walk away. Now the Puck's here. Dream Coil up in 5. Big burst damage onto Jerry, and the last auto attack does miss, but Dazzle hits him with a Poison Touch, sets up for the rest of the team, Fire Remnant in, and a double kill secured for Greedy. Now the assault continues. They're on the high ground, but there's still a Tier 2 tower here. Slark with a recovery Midas. Okay.
Damn.
Catches Greedy. Does he get a kill here? Has an ultimate still? Okay. That's 1,000 gold going to G.
Okay, pops his ultimate here to get some heal going on.
Ice Blast, does it hit him?
Though.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
This is not good.
If it hits the Nature's Prophet, this is definitely a kill with the rotation from the Invoker, but without it, he might be able to just get away. Sprout turns with some auto attacks. Realizes he's not going to win this duel, but Puck comes in. They'll be able to turn it around, perhaps. Nature's Prophet stands his ground, and he wins it. Oh, my.
Puck played so well there. He bottled him between auto attacks. 100% saved Nature's Prophet's life there. That's Kotaro Hayama, man. That guy's insane.
And now Goody gets caught, able to Firefly down. Meanwhile, up top, X, he's the one that's actually caught here. Lion finds a kill on the Bat Rider somewhere else, but again, X can't make, or they can't finish him off. Another rotation. This Puck is just everywhere. Oh, my.
My God.
This is impressive,
Nature's Prophet
man.
just tanks everything. They just consistently outplay everybody. It's insane.
It really is. I mean, Infamous were definitely the favorites coming into this matchup, but not this heavily. I mean, they really are coming into form here. I don't know if it's Infamous really just playing on their A game today, if it's Not Today, sort of playing on their B game, so to speak, but the difference is more than apparent.
My God. It's so fun to watch them play, though. Arcane Boots picked up online, obviously going to be for an Aether Lens to increase the range of his abilities. Ice Blast might hit Dazzle. This could be a kill.
Oh, but they're so scared. Look at their vision, and they just
great
don't see
tornado.
Infamous. Tornado will connect. Sunstrike catches him, but he gets off the shallow grave. He actually lives through it. Well played by the Dazzle, knowing the limits there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Man, that was so sick by Not Today, but he still doesn't die.
He timed that grave like at the very last second, too.
pretty incredible.
All right.
Midas up for Slark. This is one way to try to catch up.
I mean, it's
behind
something.
for now.
I think he had other items, and he sold his boots to get it. Then he got that solo kill and had a huge influx of cash. So he did pass the Dazzle on net worth.
Good for him.
That's
But some of that is the Midas, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, Dazzle's
That's
sitting
true.
on
That's
a
true.
just about full completed mech
Yep.
with Arcane Boots at 13 minutes in a support role.
Oh,
That's
hanging
incredible.
out. Puck. Goody might be able to find a lasso here. He does. Puck maybe AFK shopping. I don't know what's going on, but they hit him, and it's a kill.
Well, that's something. Invoker bought 2 bracers, by the way. I'm losing so bad that I need all the survivability I can get.
Yep. Never. Always a tough sign when you see that. Only one outer tower remaining here for not today. Infamous slowly chipping away at it in the mid. It is this tier 2 here. Greedy went BOTs and now just moving towards the Battle Fury. Broadsword up. Interesting to see him just grab the damage piece. You almost always see Ember Spirits grab the Perseverance first, but here he just wants the damage. Doesn't even really need the regen because they've got so much rune control. His bottle's always topped off.
I don't think this is super uncommon. Buying the Claymore or the Broadsword first does happen. I mean, he doesn't have Sleight of Fist yet, but he is right-clicking a little bit. And obviously the Perseverance is nice to have, but it costs way more than either of the pieces do. So if he just grabs the Broadsword early, his farming rate's increased a lot. He's already got a bottle. He doesn't need that much regen. It'd be a little bit overkill in terms of regen. And it's just better to have the damage for now.
Yeah. And Maelstrom on the way for Nature's Prophet. Actually has enough to buy the recipe now, but great damage item at this stage of the game, especially when he's this far ahead. He's been their right clicker. He's gone for this kind of attack speed based build, so I like it here. Now we're going to see a rotation mid, teleport, Ice Blast flying through. Could be a good setup here. Connects on just the puck. He phase shifts the bulk of the damage, and he'll be just fine. Well, all right, that's the end of the outer towers here for not today. Nothing but high ground remains.
I think they're going to be able to go high ground.
A bold claim, Purge. The conclusion coming after this.
Ward on the high ground as well. No D ward yet. They did ping it, obviously. This is the issue when you go to D ward. This little creep camp is going to spot it out.
Yep. And they will deward it, but Puck jumps into the base, has a Dagon, just zaps Ancient Apparition, takes him down low, and then they back out. Now Ice Blast coming in with EMP Tornado setup. Greedy gets caught by most of it, but Lion just jumps in, obliterates the Ancient Apparition. They've got plenty of burst damage. He takes him from the tower on the way out. Dazzle has the Shallow Grave, keeps him alive from the Slark, who comes in around the backside. AA, the only casualty of this fight thus far, but Slark, completely isolated, forced to use the Shadow Dance to run away. Now Lasso onto Greedy, pulls him back in. But it's not enough. He gets mech'd, and Puck reinitiates. Dream Coil only connects on Jerry. They've got some decent damage here. The Magnetize actually doing a lot. Sets up the kill on Puck. And not today. Make it a 1-for-1. Very good hold.
All right, they defend. They used a lot of ultimates there. Maybe Infamous can heal up and go back in, but a 1-for-1 is not bad at this stage. When you're this far behind, any kill you get is amazing.
Yeah, they didn't use any buybacks. Didn't lose any towers. Didn't even use the glyph. So I think a 1-for-1 there is actually incredible considering how far behind they are. Almost 1,000 net worth per minute.
Slark could transition nicely into something like a Shadow Blade. There's not a lot of heroes that you can kill. Main one being most likely Lion. That's his best guess. Hopefully for him, he can get that next item and contribute to team fights, because his team is getting kind of close to being able to win team fights. Again, they have really good team fight heroes.
Yeah.
Ancient Apparition, Earth Spirit, Invoker, Bat Rider, all very great at defending against sieges, but they have to not get racks. If they get racks, it's just almost impossible to win, just because Infamous can focus on that lane less. They're always going to have to worry about slow pushing it. It should be really tough.
Invoker has gone Midas as well. I mean, I definitely understand the thought process of we need everything we can to catch up and farm, but double Midas when you're this far behind that's a huge cost and item. I mean, you think about that cost relative to like a mech or something that can really make a difference in these team fights when you have to hold high ground. Infamous will get a free Roche now, and they're coming for the high ground. I'm skeptical they'll have the time for both Midases to really pay off. I mean, Slark now has a Shadow Blade, but
I mean, I would agree that you would think Midas isn't going to be that much for Invoker, but every additional level that he gets helps a lot. It increases the damage of pretty much all of his skills by a little bit, right? So I think the extra levels that it provides is going to be good. The attack speed is not bad. That'll translate to cold snap procs and right-click damage. And in a game like this where you're this far behind, you need to get as much acceleration as possible. And if you're just sitting in your base waiting for your opponents, what does a Midas do? What does it do if he buys a Force Staff? Do you think that's going to win him fights? I don't really think so either.
That's a fair point.
I kind of like the Midas here. just because it's like, okay, well, we're losing like crazy. Maybe this won't win us the game, but it'll help us if the game continues passive, and it is going to make all my skills a bit better.
Yeah, okay, I agree. The only other item I could think of that is of a similar cost is maybe a Yule's. Of course, that would leave him pretty squishy, despite having double bracer, but that's at least something
no reason,
that could...
He's not exhort.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. They just need setup in general, but there's the Roche, Aegis on Puck, and also the Battle Fury completed on the Ember Spirit, so... This is scary.
So one game of somebody being this far behind and still winning.
Okay.
A little bit worse on odds. It used to be 7 out of 182. That's like, okay, it happens every once in a while. This is like, okay, your opponents have to die in real life. They have to lose electricity or something.
I liked the little statement that Moppax had at the end of the last one, like, oh, there's a chance. It's like, all right, we're looking positive here. That one game, that's... I don't know if you can even really say there's a chance there. That's pretty low. There's 0.5%.
Ooh, big stun on Slark here, trying to get the kill. He did go Shadowblade just this time. He's going to try to get this this kill. This would be really good for Slark if he can grab this kill.
Yeah, Lion isolated. Can they react in time? Axel, ring around the rosy. He lives with 1 hit. Oh, my God. The Shallow Grave is there just in time to keep him alive from the urn. And now they'll heal him up. Oh, the Slark gets fingered and just destroyed. Ice Blast does connect, though. They trade 1-for-1. Mega kill streak does go the way of the Ancient Apparition. Obviously in favor of Infamous, though. Slark is down. No buyback. So they've got over 30 seconds where the carry of Not Today is in the grave.
Man, just one more hit and he would have gotten that kill, but it just wasn't enough damage, and the Earth Spirit misses Boulder Smash, unfortunately. So they've got to defend this, but it's tough. Ice Blast is on cooldown.
Puck goes in. He has the Dagon. Actually saves it. Just poking at DDX. Trying to make some space for his team as they clear out the tier 3 tower in the mid. Now Barracks exposed, taking a lot of damage. They'll focus range first. Now move into the melee. Ice Blast on its way. It's from the base, though. Goody jumps in, but he gets instantly blown up. He barely stays alive. One more auto attack will finish him off. Great counter initiation from Infamous. Now Jerry hops in. Shallow Grave onto Puck. Keeps him alive from DDX. Jerry's in deep. Gets off a Magnetize. Does some good damage here. Puck may be the casualty, but he's the one carrying the Aegis of the Immortal. He gets out around the backside. It's Nature's Prophet that's in too deep and can't make it out. The rest of Infamous will walk away. They claimed the range barracks. Melee still standing. All things considered, not too bad for Not Today. They did have to lose 2 heroes, but... they held on to the melee barracks and did get a kill in return. Unfortunately, though, they weren't able to pop the Aegis, and they'll now commit to their 3rd Handamitis on the Ancient Apparition.
Okay, you know, I'm still okay with this. Like, levels on A are very useful. It'll lower his chances of dying to a Puck. Maybe not as much as a strength item would over the Midas, but, you know, they actually did get gold advantage out of that last fight. They got about 600 there, so there's a lot of gold on the map to be made. And the Midases, I would love to see a comeback, man. And I think there's a chance.
Yeah, I agree.
Be game number 2.
I do really like this item transition, though, from the Nature's Prophet. He's moving into a pipe, and that is going to be a pretty effective tool against the Earth Spirit ult. That Magnetize is one of their big damage dealers, and that'll help. We'll see up top. Set up here, DDX taking huge damage, but X, he'll fall. Glacius comes in, and Ice Blast secures the kill. Counter gank this time from Not Today, but Puck comes in, blasts the Invoker with the Dagon. The fight's not over yet. Puck now gets silenced. That'll be the Aegis of the Immortal. He's coming back up. There is a Dazzle on the way, and Not will just turn tail and run.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to catch him. Ooh, Slark gets a kill across the map.
Oh, yeah, on the backside, he picks off the Lion.
It's the one hero he can kill. He's got a ton of attack speed now, Shadowblade, Midas, and Power Treads. Yeah. He needs that attack speed to score those kills, and grabbing a Lion kill repeatedly is gonna win him the game. Really, it's the only way that he can come back. He's
even with Puck on net worth, and if you remember 15 minutes ago how that net worth graph was looking, that's a pretty big feat. Oh, Goody, he jumps in looking for the lasso on Puck, but the instant cast Waning Rift will silence him. They hit him with a Dagon, and he just drops full to 0. My God.
And how can you even initiate with that? It's incredible.
Power of the Puck.
Is gonna debuff.
Yep. Comes in, does something, but Slark goes down to half health immediately, Shadow Blades, and has to back up. Tornado, EMP, connects on a Nature's Prophet. He'll be just
Barracks
fine.
Is done, though.
Yeah, meanwhile up top, Ember Spirit does pick off the Ancient Apparition, and Barracks fall. So Infamous, at this point, I mean, they still have a huge lead, of course, and they're just chipping at the base. 1 lane of Barracks down. They're still finding objectives here. The pipe is now completed on Nature's Prophet once he gets back to the base to pick it up. Slark forced to ult defensively, but Puck goes in deep. They get the silence as well as the kill on the Fairy Dragon. Good setup here from Not Today. Infamous will start to back out. Goody's back alive. TP's in aggressively. Has the lasso still. Grabs it onto Z-Talk. They'll pull him into no man's land. Can Infamous get there in time to save him? They can. He'll mech. He'll stay alive for now. Silence, but he will be able to get off the shallow grave. It looks like he does. Invoker dies on the backside. Now they'll start to turn onto Jerry. Z-Talk okay with going down here as he stands his ground. Dies to the fire. Gem hits the deck, but not today. Are in huge trouble. They're far out of the base. Excel trying to burn some mana. Dies to the Slark, but now it's just Slark left alive. Ice Blast flies through off the mark. Exel TP home, and it will be Infamous that make the retreat. Not today. Hanging on by a thread here, Purge, but look at that net worth. Slark by far the big breadwinner out of that one. Only 1K behind the leading farmer of Infamous.
That's gotta be really scary for them, man. Like, if he gets something like a Scotty up next, then he's actually just gonna chase down everybody on Infamous, with the exception of maybe Puck and Ember Spirit. Like, he's actually getting hard for them to kill. They don't have a lot of single target damage. The Dagon's a great solution against that. But there isn't much else. It's going to be a while until Ember Spirit gets a Daedalus, for example. He's going to try to kill the Prophet. I don't know if he can, though. We'll see.
Ice Blast. If he has Ice Blast, I'm pretty sure he can. Here we go. The setup. Big damage.
That
Pops
damage.
the pipe. Sunstrike. It's not enough.
Oh.
One more. Oh!
What?
He didn't get it. I think he
got
could have.
Scared or something.
Now Greedy in hot pursuit. Slark pounces away, but there's an orb. Jaunt from the Puck, and the Dagon's there. Slark gets punished.
He knows that.
Oh, Nature's Prophet died in the well. He ended up, looks like the AA sniped him.
Okay.
So it's a 1-for-1, but not ideal for the Slark there by any means.
He's going to have to buy back almost for sure, and that's going to cost him a lot. That his ability to hit top net worth is going to be kind of killed with this buyback.
Yeah, but absolutely necessary. Here it is. EMP Tornado. Push back Infamous for now. You have to wait for this next creep wave. Oh, man.
Invoker is getting closer to his Orchid, and once he has that, killing Ember and the Puck is a lot more likely. They still have some good counters against the Dazzle, so they can still win this, but the Slark just knows that his kill potentials are on razor edges. If he stays a little bit too long, he gets stunned and he dies. It's that simple. So he did back off from the Nature's Prophet. He just didn't think he was going to do that much with this right click.
Now, Puck's now up to a level 5 Dagon here to try and do something against that. The Ancient Apparition has a Glimmer Cape, so he's got a little bit of magic resistance and can kind of reset if somebody gets caught far out of position. There is no... Oh, there is a gem on Puck right now. Jerry. Oh, my. The Dagon will finish him off above 50%. Z-Talk gets grabbed by the lasso, but they can't quite finish him off. Oh, my. Invoker gets zapped as well. The Lion hits the finger. Now Goody falls fast 3-for-0. No buyback on any of those heroes. And this is starting to feel like the end for Not Today. They need a miracle from this Slark. He'll lose his one last surviving support, the Ancient Apparition. 2 down here on the side of Infamous. Slark actually doing some damage, but now he gets hexed. They'll finally lock him down. Lion will start sucking down that mana. Buyback from the Ancient Apparition, but Slark dies. It's a dieback for him. And this feels like the end of the game. Slark
yeah, that's...
leaves. Okay.
Actually called GG first here, but I'm gonna assume that's the rage there because he is dead for 70 seconds. That'll be a second set of barracks most likely, maybe.
Yeah.
Game's not over yet, honestly.
There it is. GG called by DDX, and that should be the official good game.
Man, they really just played amazing this game. Completely stomped on Not Today. I loved Not Today's defense. They got kind of close. Slark was one of the heroes that a really good hero for coming back, but maybe they went a little too ham with the Midases. Maybe Force Staff on A would have been superior. That way, whoever gets caught by the Lion can get forced out. There's a couple solutions like that they maybe could have aimed for. They never did end up getting their Orchid on Invoker, though they were close. And Ancient Apparition went Midas into Glimmer Cape, which I feel like should have been Glimmer Cape into something else maybe. The Midas was a little bit too heavy-handed, I think. Maybe 2. Invoker Slark, I'm cool with that, but the A1 I disagree with. Regardless, it was really about early game outplays.
Yeah, no doubt. At that point, they were still really far behind, and it was kind of amazing they held on as long as they did, seeing that lead around the 7-8 minute mark. But that does round out this series. Infamous will take it 2-0 over Not Today in very convincing fashion. This was lower bracket, so at this point, we do wave goodbye to Not Today from Canada Cup Season 6, and Infamous will move on to lower bracket round 3. That's the round before the lower bracket finals, and of course, the grand finals after that. So still a couple of rounds to go before they potentially can make it to the grand finals, but their trek does continue. So that wraps up this series, folks. Stick around. We've got one more post-game report coming up. I'm Zyari. He's Purge. We had Mott Pax on stats. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back after this short break.